It's a great time to be working in television because there's so many places to get our content in ways there never have been before. It's also a challenging time to work in television because the business of finding ways to monetize that content is harder.
We have to look at the change as exciting. Challenging, yes, but exciting. If you don't find it exciting, you're in the wrong business because it will change again and again, and that's the nature of, modern communications.
I will summarize it with a really boring statistic. There's a statistic in television called PUTS, which is Yiddish, but it also means people using television. People using television is the metric of the people who use television, and it is a remarkably stable statistic. For 30 or 40 years, it never moved. Occasionally it grew a teeny bit as we added more television channels, a few more people were in the television viewing world. Starting about 2011, it slid, especially for people who were younger, but for everybody. And about half the audience that used to be in the sort of regular measured television universe was gone by 2015, but they're watching somewhere else. They're watching Netflix and YouTube, they're watching in their own way, and people like choice and control. And I think the biggest shift for all of us is we used to be in control, and now the consumer's in control. And the judo of our lives is finding a way to still give them the stuff that they want to watch, but do it in a way that they want to consume it. And it's a new muscle, but it's an important one. It's very clear that people are having more options than they used to have in how they bundle their content. What's an interesting statistic about Netflix is about 85% of the programming that people watch on Netflix at the moment are not Netflix shows, right? They're other people's shows, a bunch of our shows and a bunch of all of our competitors' shows. People like a good bundle. It's one of the efficient ways to get lots of content that you love. And I think what's in debate for consumers at the moment is not, I hate cable, or I must have SVOD services because somehow they're just the best thing ever. They're very effective and they're very cheap, relatively speaking. And I think the sort of price value of what's in my bundle and what am I getting and what are the features I get is really what's going on. And I think over time, the cable universe is going to look a little more like Netflix. And I think we're finding the SVOD services are starting to get launched from places like Comcast. And so they're merging a little bit more than they were, it feels like, a year ago. And I think as we look out at our future, we imagine that some of the features that are in SVOD services are going to be in our expanded sense of what a network means. We are launching a show this January where we're making all the episodes available the day we launch it, so it's bingeable, so that the control goes back to the consumer, not just to us. And I think that, assuming that works, we'll be doing a lot more of that because we want to sort of meet people where they are. And I think that all of us will be sort of morphing closer to something that feels like the middle, where there's still a bundle of stuff because it's the most efficient way to buy if you're a consumer. It might be a little smaller, and it's going to have some more features, but I think it will still contain an awful lot of the content they already love.